And our affirmation today is, I forgive and let go. And you may notice I asked Ed to make that period with an extra big font because we want to emphasize that. I forgive and let go, period. That's the end of it. Because I've had so many conversations with people who will say, yeah, I forgive and let go, but if that so-and-so ever they go into a 20-minute tirade with some of the most colorful expletives. And, at the end, I'm like blushing hearing such language, thinking, well, I'm glad you're not holding on to anything. The biggest thing that is a challenge for us as human beings is in the forgiving and the letting go of it. And a lot of us, we do what we consider forgiving, but we really never let go of it. And we hold on to it so tightly that it's with us for such a long time, and we're really not punishing that person. You getting hypertension and high blood pressure is really not punishing that person that you're mad at. It's really just hindering you and holding you back. For you and me as New Thought students, as we go through life, as you go through, especially as we enter into the holidays, and I know the holidays can be stressful for people because we tend to get together with family, and it seems like we as human beings, we hold the grudges against the people we love the most, the longest, our family members. We get so mad at them, and I've known people who haven't spoken to siblings in more than 20 years, and half the time they can't even remember why they stopped talking about them. But something happened, that angry feeling, they just weren't able to let go of it. So when you forgive, you need to forgive and let go, period. That's the end of it. Don't hold on to it anymore because it's not helpful to you. It's just holding back your life, and you really aren't punishing the other person. Even though you think you are, you think, yeah, I forgive you, but I'm never going to speak to you again, or I'm never going to do this again. And there are people in circumstances and situations that, something so heinous and horrendous happened, and we can kind of understand why maybe you would never want to see or talk to that person again, or you find something that was done to you is unforgivable. Everything is forgivable. I mean, God, the ultimate, saw fit to forgive us for all of our sins, all the multitude of sins that are out there. He forgave them all. So if God can forgive all these variety of things, certainly you can forgive a slight or something that somebody did that you think they got one up on you or they took advantage of you. Because the reality, a lot of that is what you're holding on to is hurt. You're hurt about something that happened, and you can't get over that hurt. And so you hold on to it, and you hold on to it in the form of being angry or not forgiving this person entirely for some event or circumstance or situation that took place. And we know that really letting go can be a challenge. If you do feel that, somebody really slighted you, back in college, somebody took the person that you wanted to date, or, something that your parents did, they gave your sibling the nice big shiny car and gave you the old, clunker Datsun, or they gave them money for college and they ran out, they didn't have money for you. I could be up here all day talking about the circumstances, situations that people think justifies this holding on, this anger, this lack of forgiveness. And the reality is it's just that we're hurt, and we need to let go of that hurt, because holding on to it doesn't do them any harm. It just does you harm. So the question this week, as you're going through your week, and as you start your week, ask yourself, what am I holding on to, which if I truly let go of would be freeing? So ask yourself as you go through the week, what is this circumstance or situation or slight or event or altercation with a person that you still have floating around in the back of your mind that is not letting you completely and fully move forward? And I know, like I said, I've talked to people, they feel like they've given it up, but you can tell by their response and their reaction to it, they really haven't let it go. Another challenge about this holding on to stuff is a lot of times people let that turn into revenge, wanting revenge. I'm going to get my vengeance. I'm going to get my revenge on you. And we know from the scriptures that vengeance isn't ours, it's the Lord's. So it's not anything for us to go out and seek. The vengeance is not ours to get. And certainly I think of all the poisonous elements we can put in our body, revenge is one of the worst, because it just eats your soul, and really, like I was saying, it leads to hypertension, high blood pressure, a myriad of health problems, and it's all because it was something up here that you couldn't let go of. And we talk about that so much in New Thought, how our thoughts control our whole world and our reality. If we think positive, wonderful thoughts, we have these positive, wonderful lives. And so certainly holding on to an anger or a slight or some bitterness and not absolutely letting go It's not a positive thought. It's something that keeps us from being our highest good. I've had to really take check because a lot of this, it leads to this rumination and lack of sleep because, we toss and turn and we worry and fret about something that happened. And 99% of the time we have no control over it anyways. So we're letting somebody else control our lives because we can't get to that place where we let go. And I know it's easy for me to sit, you're possibly thinking, well, that's easy for you to stand up there and, say let it go, and then, we'll go have donuts and coffee and everything's going to be wonderful. But I understand there's a big challenge in that. And so some of the things I was reading about made a great sense, or a great tool for this is to take that time of meditation, visualize that circumstance or that situation, that event that upset you so much, and visualize yourself rolling it up in a carpet, walking to the edge of a canyon and throwing it over the canyon. It's not with you anymore. You have visually and emotionally in your mind let that go. So don't walk around with it anymore. Don't carry it anymore because it's not doing you any good. And then when you're in your day-to-day life and that circumstance or situation comes up, if you run into this person at the family reunion or at the supermarket or whatever, remind yourself, go back to that place where you threw that over the cliff. It's not part of your life. It's not part of your emotions anymore because you did truly let go. You said, I forgive and let go, period. That's the end of it. No more. Because a lot of times we don't realize this. A lot of this is in our subconscious, and it comes up at the family reunion or when a circumstance or situation comes up. But really, having any animosity towards anybody or any circumstance or any situation is not healthy for us. And it certainly is not what we as New Thought students believe leads us to having these great lives of perfect happiness and health and prosperity. So as you go through the week, ask yourself, what am I holding on to, which if I truly let go of would be freeing? And answer that question, and then take this step, visualize yourself wrapping it up in an old blanket and throwing it off the edge of the cliff, and it's no longer a part of your life. You're not upset, you're not angry. It's in the past. The past is the past. It's not going to help you. Let go entirely. And the good news is that each and every individual has the power to completely let go. In fact, that power to truly let go is power that only we, the individual, have. The reality is I can't come and let go of your issue or your circumstance or situation that had you upset. Because no matter how much I talk to you about it or how much I reason with you about the benefits of letting go, it has to be you. You have to be the one to go into your mind and go into your consciousness and your understanding and say, that doesn't matter anymore. I'm letting go. I'm letting go, period. So you are the only one who has the power to let that go. And when we do truly and completely let go, we free ourselves to move forward, to align ourselves with the power and the presence of God, to live lives of true and great happiness, health, and prosperity. Because we as New Thought students know that we are created in the image of God. God is perfect, therefore we are perfect, and we are meant to have lives of great happiness, great health, and great prosperity. And it all starts up here. It all starts up here. The way we think, the things that we speak about, by changing everything around to positive. Don't allow these negative things, these negative little, even as innocent as it seems to be, gossiping about what this neighbor did or that neighbor did or this coworker or all this stuff, because that's negative energy that you're putting out there. We release all that. We let that go, just like the slights and the hurts that we carry around with. You know what? We forgive and we let go, period, and we move on. And we lead these lives of great happiness and health and prosperity every day in every way.